Good morning, evening, or afternoon, or wherever the day, night, or whatever may be where you're at. Welcome, 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 welcome to another grand and glorious episode of Arizona Podcast, starring I, your host, Mr. Arizona. It is now 10:19 in the morning on Friday, January 19th already. Holy shit. 2024. There you go. Almost said 2023, but I corrected myself on that one. I've got to make my corrections, so. But anyway, I was trying to, oh boy, this is going to be an interesting one. I'm actually going to try and philosophize a little bit and, make myself sound intelligent. I don't know how that's going to work, but why not? But anyway, I was going to talk about memory and forgiving and forgetting. You know, forgiving and forgetting is not only a state of mind, but it is an action that is very, very important. Because when you forgive somebody, not only are you forgiving that person, but you are also pardoning yourself and letting that, that part of your life go. You forgive and you forget. You forgive somebody because you want to forget. Not because you have to forget, but you want to forget. So by forgiving somebody, you basically relieve yourself from that moment in time, and therefore it disappears, supposedly, and is, fades away into the distance. Well, it's funny about, look at the stars. Stars in the sky. The stars in the sky, the universe, everything like that. It's funny how the universe never forgets. It always remembers. From the day you're born to the day you die. The universe always remembers everything. Everything you've done, everything you've said, everything that's occurred in your life. It's almost as if a detailed record of your entire life is already written. It's already there, right there. It's kind of strange, isn't it? We forgive and forget each other all the time. I do believe that there are some people in my social life, in my physical life, even in my metaphysical life. Some of them I have remembered. Some of them I have supposedly forgotten. But do you know the honest truth about all of that is? Our minds never forget anything that we've experienced. Our minds never forget. We forgive people, we forgive situations, but our minds always remember them. Whether we choose to believe it or not. The brain is always recording, always documenting everything that we say, everything that we do. All of the senses, our brain documents, records everything, keeps everything. Even when we get older and say, well, I've forgotten this, I've forgotten that. Well, your mind has not really forgotten. You just choose not to remember it at that time. But the memory and the feeling is still there. What was experienced, what was going on, it still remains. So I believe that sometimes the mind pushes things to the back sometimes as a physical or mental defense mechanism, such as when the human brain is under tremendously stressful or somewhat traumatic situations. Therefore, it protects itself by shielding you from those things, from that bitter memory, from that bitter feeling, by putting all those in the back of your mind, in the back. But imagine this. Imagine us never forgetting anything. Imagine us remembering everything from the day we were born to the day we die. In detail. Everything. You remember the day you were born. You remember what your mother's face looked like. You remember what the doctor's face looked like. You remember your surroundings. Can you imagine if our minds were like that? If our minds were like that, I think, in my personal opinion, we would all be neurotic messes, not knowing whether we're coming or going, not knowing whether we're up or down, left or right. You see, we as human beings possess vast knowledges of many, 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 many different things, whether we experience them or not, whether we sense them or not. And all of us possess unique abilities. See, I myself, I'm one of the, should I say, one of the spiritual realm, rather than the physical realm. Because I don't understand. See, I understand it, but I choose not to use that as a strong point. Because a lot of the times I do not base myself on actual reality. I base myself on another form of reality. That here, on this plane, would be considered insanity. Because I think with the innocence of basically I think of I have the mind of a simple adolescent child. That means because I have such a simple mind, my mind is more open to other things than other people's minds are. Other people's minds are more grounded, more glued to reality. Me, I choose to be glued to more of my spiritual being, my inner self, rather than my outer self. Because I feel that my outer self, well, there's no point in changing it. Why bother? So I focus on maintaining my inner self, my spiritual self. And therefore, that's why I was born with certain abilities, such as being able to see ghosts, sense them, and feel them all around me, everywhere I go. I'm what you call a trans medium, which means I can sense and feel spiritual energies around me 24/7. I can't shut it off. I can't turn it off. I can't tell it to go away. No, it happens on the daily. And it's funny, I've been accustomed to this way of life for so long that physical reality to me has no significance. Because I know what physical reality is. I'm not completely impaired. I know for one, if my body's hungry, I eat. If my body's tired, I rest. If my body is thirsty, I drink. And so on and so forth. If my body needs to evacuate itself, I do it. But things that are going on in the world. Things that are going on in the world, such as politics, wars, complicated thinkings like that. I don't let them bother me, and I really don't invest myself in those particular things. Well, it's part of the real world. It's part of the real world. Well, yes, it is to some degree, because the news media does tend to, should I say, stretch the truth a little. And the only reason why is to get more people to watch, is to get more people interested in whatever it is that they're talking about. Kind of like what a lot of these fast food restaurants do when they advertise a burger, or when they advertise an extremely delicious, delectable food item. They want to make it as delicious and as delectable as possible because they want to get more and more people interested. when in actual reality, it could be tasting horrible and looking disgusting. But people would say, oh, well, that's not what it says in the commercial. That's not what it looks like in the commercial. In the commercial, it's supposed to be this delicious, delectable thing that is a melt in your mouth, you know, you want more type of item. But when in actual reality, it's not. That's what that is the mesmerization of television. See, anybody could make anything look good on the camera. Anybody can. But making something look good when it's in actual reality, now that's a different story altogether. And it's true. I'm kind of philosophizing a little bit because if you ever want to listen to a really, really interesting and deep thinker, I strongly advise you to look up Alan Watts, AlenWatts. Now, he is a very, very, to me, a very influential speaker because he speaks in practical thinking. He speaks in a way that basically, to me, calls things out for what it is, for what it really is. He talks about social acceptance and how now that's another story altogether. In fact, let's delve in those realms as well. Social acceptance. Now that is an interesting story. You know, we all strive for something in this world. We all strive to be something. We all strive to accomplish something. We all strive to, you know, meet that plateau, meet that zenith. Well, here's one thing I could never wrap my head around is that people always want to wear the latest fashions or have the latest cars or the latest games or everything like that. They always want to be up with the Joneses. They always want to be, you know, well, I've got the latest car. I'm better than you. Oh, I've got the latest, the best house. I'm better than you. No. Just because you have materialistic things doesn't make you any better than me. See, I have the capability of getting the same materialistic things as you. I have the same capability of getting the same clothes, the same jewelry, the same house, same cars, everything. Anybody has the capability of doing it. So why do people prize themselves over materialistic things? You know, when you really die, you can't take it with you. You know, and I understand enjoying life and this and that. But why, flaunt everything you have? Why throw everything you have in everybody's face? Me personally, if I ever won the lottery, I would not be living any more better or any more worse than what I'm living right now. I would pay off I would get all my bills caught up, one, and I would make some minor repairs. You'd buy a gold toilet to poop in. Well, just think. Supposedly now, once again, this is a media story that people have told. Now, supposedly, the President of the United States, this was a while ago, spent over $1 million just to buy a golden toilet, as Dave stated, plus a hammer, supposedly. Now, once again, that's something that I heard on the media. Now, do we have proof that it's actually true? Not really. Because no one's ever seen a golden toilet before. At least one that the president owns. No one's ever seen that space age hammer. Supposedly. But yet, hey, sissy poos, how you doing? But if the media says it is, well, then it must be true. But then again, here's the biggest question of all. How many people actually believe the crap that the media actually spews out, and how many people don't? Me personally, like I said, I could make... You have a rose gold toilet? Well, okay. See? My sister said bluntly, she has a rose gold toilet. Now, just because she said that, does it make it true? Does it make it an actual reality because she said it? In other words, she's the richest person in the world. She's got more money than she knows what to do with. Okay, we can roll with that. She's got a big mansion and all this. She's filthy, stinking rich. She and her whole entire family are living it up great. Now, just because I said it, does it really mean it's true? Have you actually ever been to her residence and seen where she lives? Have you actually met her in person? None of you have. So therefore, none of you really know what's truly going on in her life. Same with me. None of you have really known me, have really visited me. Well, that one did. But that's another conversation. But think about it. There you go. I'm going to go ahead and drop the linky link down. If anybody wants to come up, you're more than welcome at any given time. But like I said, back to the social acceptance thing. You look outside. You see the birds of the forest. Are they looking to wear the latest fashion? Are they desperate for social acceptance? Are they desperate to be accepted in like a hierarchy or whatever this case may be? No. Birds are only together for main things: food, water, shelter, and propagation of their species. That's it. The four main things. Food, water, shelter, continuation of their species. That's it. Now, how on earth? Now, this is a question. How on earth did we as human beings make simplicity so goddamn complicated? It's like to meet a girl out anywhere. Oh, you have to go through this criteria. Oh, you have to meet up this criteria, meet this criteria, meet this criteria. For a girl to meet a guy, it's the same thing. You have to meet this, you have to meet that. It's like, why? Why go through all those complicated hoops when you really don't have to? Because if the person or persons like you, they're going to like you for who you are, not for what you can provide for them. You don't have to struggle for self-acceptance. You don't have to struggle just to be up with the Joneses, just to be with the crowd, just to be basically a carbon copy of someone else. You don't have to do that. You know what's challenging enough? You know what is challenging? The biggest challenge in the world? The biggest challenge in this whole world is just to be yourself and just to be who you are, just to be you. That is the biggest challenge that anybody on this earth can ever do. Can you imagine trying to be yourself instead of being one of the sheeple? Here's another example. Okay. You get a room of, say, I don't know. Let's do this for the sake of argument. You get a room about, say, 10, 12 people. Okay. And it's like a ballroom type thing. And 10 or 12 people get together and they have a party. But you noticed that certain people group themselves in certain areas. Like there'll be a pot of people over here, a pot of people over here, a pot of people over here, a pot of people over there. It's It's kind of weird, but it's like it's natural, kind of like in a school lunchroom. Have you ever done that? I mean, I've done that where there's a group of people over here, a group of people over there, a group of people over here. No one's ever not there's no such thing as let's everybody get to stick together, let's everybody talk with each other, blah 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 blah. No, they just naturally separate and naturally group themselves because that's the way they've been brought up. They kind of naturally gravitate, which is kind of strange. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. We could talk later on Hangouts. No problem, Sissy Poos. But anyway, it's funny. Like, I remember when I was at the school lunchroom, there would be groups of people all over the place. And we would naturally, basically, we would naturally, uh, uh, my dog's barking, but that's okay. My doggy's barking. Okay. No, Aurora. Okay, go. Sorry about this. Just hang on for this just a minute. Yeah, Sarah. But anyway, we've always had and grown up with natural separation, whether it's due to common interests or friendships or whatever. See, with me, here's what was weird with me. I never really gravitated towards like a select group of people or a certain group of people. No, I just basically, I would. What's up, Rob? How you doing, bro? Good to see you. But anyway, I would basically do this. I would basically, awesome. Awesome. That's good to hear, man. Good to hear. I'm doing good myself. But anyway, it's funny in school, basically, I would just get my lunch and plop myself down on a table, and that's it. I'd eat my lunch. That's basically what I would do. And sometimes people would come up to me and say, "Hey, could I sit here? Can I sit here?" And I was like, "Sure. Doesn't matter." Sometimes people gravitated to me, and sometimes I like that innocent school mentality, to where, no one really cared about nothing. Just hell. It was like, hey, man, let's sit over here today, or let's sit over here today, or sometimes, I would be by myself eating lunch. Because I was, growing up in school, I was never really much of a social butterfly. because I was basically focusing on surviving in school so I don't get my head kicked in. That's basically it. And that's all I did. Because with me, especially when I hit high, getting shit done, I didn't really care about the social aspect of high school or anything. I didn't care about it. Never did. It was never high on my priority list. It never was. I just went in there, got my schoolwork done, left, and that's that. When I went out to when I went to eat lunch, I went over there, ate my lunch, hung out with whoever gravitated towards there that day, and then bam, went back to class. That was it. It was pretty simple, pretty easy. It's just, and for the longest time, hell, I got along better with the teachers than I did with the students. Because once again, I just, I wasn't really much of a social type person. I never have been. I guarantee you give me a fucking good phone, a laptop, and a mini fridge, and a good bed and easy access to the toilet and shower, you'll never fucking see me come out of my room. I'll fucking stay there all day. Because I'm like, well, why the fuck do I need to go out anywhere when I've got everything I need right here? Aurora, move. Well, you need to say hi to people and socialize. Why? I got no friends out here. I got no people I usually talk to. Except for, well, one I talk to every single day. My sis is the best. I do talk to people offline. So, but I love my sis, man. She's the best. She was one of the very few people that kind of brought me out of my shell when I first came to YouTube. Love you too, sis. She really was, man. My sister has really, really helped me out a lot throughout my life. I mean, and truth be known, I probably wouldn't be here to this day if it hadn't have been for her. And I know a lot of people hate on her right now, but I wanted to say this too. MER, if you're listening to this, shout out to you too as well, because you did save my life once, and I'll never forget that. And here's how it happened. I was feeling down. I was feeling down in the dumps, and I was thinking about doing something stupid. And MER and Ange and my sister were on a call with me. And when I said that really, really concerned them. And for the first time ever, I heard MER drop her voice in a stern fucking voice. That's the first time I've ever heard her talk like that. And she said, AZ, don't do it. Don't do it. Thank you, Sissy Poos. You're so sweet. I appreciate that. I'm still getting my video library together. And I'm getting my video library together for a reason. Because someday, like I said, I'm getting up there in age. I'm 49 years old right now. It's going to be getting to the point to where I might not be able to do YouTube as much as I used to. And that's why I'm going to need, I know I can count on my sister. And I know I can count on Ange and Kick also to help me out with this. That way I can start sending them out videos. And that way they could place them on my channel, but place them on a channel, but place them in private. And then that way, if something happens to where I can't do YouTube anymore, then that way they could put it up on that channel and just unprivate them. And that way you guys can still have content to entertain you and stuff. Hold on a minute. Sorry about that, folks. But anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. Shit, now I had a brain fart, god damn it. Well, that sucks. Deep, 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 deep. See what I mean? See, with my mindset, guys, it fucking switches in so. Oh, now I know what I was talking about. Like I said, when I can't do YouTube anymore, I'm gonna need somebody's help to upload all the videos I have in storage. And yes, I did invest in some more memory cards, flash drives, all that. So, yeah, I'm getting the library ready to go. So trust me, I've got videos on top of videos on top of videos on top of videos. They may be a little outdated, but they're going to be posted when the time comes. Trust me, they are. Haven't figured out the name of the channel yet, but Me and my sis and Aaron are working on it. So, yeah. Yeah. And I love and respect you too, sissy poos, like always. So, but anyway, I'm very happy the way this channel's going. You know, I didn't really, you know, I didn't really expect this channel to take off the way it's doing. I really didn't, because I honestly thought that this channel was just a, you know, a pish posh little throwaway channel that wasn't going to go anywhere. I really didn't put any much effort into it. You know, fuck it. But I found out that I was wrong. That, wow, people are actually starting to actually want to notice. They're actually starting to want to chat. They're actually starting to want to communicate. I don't feel like I'm just talking to myself 24/7. Oh, God, what a fucking crazy life we live, huh? Life can get crazy sometimes, you know? That's the beauty of it. Life does get it. In fact, it gets goddamn insane. But you know what? Here's the best part about living life. No matter how insane it gets, no matter how crazy it gets, it always returns back to the center from which you motherfucking started. Every single time. Every single day. No matter what stress you're going through, no matter what shit you're going through in your life, it always returns to the very center, the very focal point from whence you first started. Boom. Now that is the truth. Because think about it. Not every day is a bad day. Not every day is a miserable day. Not every day is a horrible day. And when days do get bad for you, when days do get horrible for you, you know what you can say? Well, it could always be worse. There could always be something worse happening than what I'm going through right now. And what I'm going through right now, it is a fucking test to be prepared for what I'm going to be going through in the future. Because, you know, I strongly believe that God takes you like a sword and he pounds out that metal, pounds out that metal, pounds out that metal, gets all the impurities out. And guess what? When all is said and done, you come out cleaner on the other side of the pipe. Duke, what are you barking at over there? Oh, you're barking at the FedEx truck. Well, that makes sense right now. I swear, Duke is such a good dog. He's patient with me. He's fun to be around. He is like, what do you call it? Like the dog of a kind of like the dog for older people. Because Duke will just let you sit there and pet him, and he'll just chill out with you. He won't bite you. He won't bark at you. He won't yell. Especially if he knows you, he'll just sit there and just let you pet on him. And he won't complain. He won't snap at you or yell at you or nothing. He's very, very patient. Now, my other dog, Aurora, she is the fucking wild one because she's only a year. And I call her Jelly Bean because of the false eyes that she's got on the front of her forehead. But she's cute. She's just a fighty bitey. And that's because, she's very jovial, very full of energy, full of joy. I mean, she was born on Christmas Eve, too, which is amazing because Serenity was born on the Christmas Eve also. And that's what makes it great. It's like, Duke, you want to go outside? Come on. Let's go outside, Poodle. No? Okay. But I think that's neat, though. But anyway, I think I've taken you guys down Psycho Alley long enough. So anyway, I'm about to end it now. So you guys take care. Much love. And Sissy Poos, I'll see you on Hangouts. Love you guys. Peace.